A lot can happen in a week, some of it good, some of it bad, some of it downright ugly. When faced with intriguing developments in the week's news, we turn to a rotating panel of non-experts to parse the good, the bad, and the ugly of it all. On today's panel, David Branham, professor of political science at the University of Houston downtown, Joyce Sewing, news columnist for the Houston Chronicle, and Mustafa Tamiz, media and public affairs consultant and the CEO of Outreach Strategists. David, Joy, Mustafa, welcome.
Hey, Craig.
Thank you, Craig.
Panel, since 1995, the city of Houston has featured two Martin Luther King Day parades. This Monday, the Black Heritage Society and MLK Grand Parade will join forces to present a unified parade. As Houston Public Media's Kyle McClenigan reported Thursday, the city's first MLK Unity Parade has been planned in collaboration with the city. Mayor John Whitmire Wednesday said the unified effort's a goal he set when he got elected, especially in light of learning that San Antonio had a larger parade than Houston. Besides, Whitmire explained the dual parades were stretching resources. This year's parade will start at 10 a.m. Monday at the corner of Smith and Lamar Streets downtown. Houston has one unified Martin Luther King Day parade for the first time in more than 30 years. Is this good, bad, or ugly? David Branham, start us off.
I think it's really good. I think that when you have a parade, in almost every case, the bigger the parade, the better the parade. And so I think this is a really good effort to come together and have the parade like it is. I think Mayor Whitmire did the right thing by doing what he could to get these two groups together. But I really have admiration for the leaders of the groups who did this, because when you do this, you're giving up some personal power in the process of making things better for everybody in the community. And so that's what I have high admiration for. And so I think it's going to be a great parade. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy it, and they're going to enjoy it more than they have in the past. And so that's very good.
Okay, good, bad, or ugly, Joyce Sewing.
I think it's good. I agree on the same take as David is saying. I think it's, especially when you talk about stretching city resources, coming together as one. And, I think a lot of us never understood why we had two different parades. My colleague, Ryan Nickerson, has written a piece on kind of examining those issues. And a lot of it has to do with the philosophy of MLK. I always thought it had to do with the ego of men.
Can't it be both?
Yes, and it might be a little bit of both. But the one thing that I think I have the problem with is Mayor Whitmire and City Council said that he acknowledged that this is a good thing, but also said that it was a failure of the two black mayors, or he said previous African-American mayors have never been able to pull off unity of two parades, and Anglo mayors have never tried. I got elected to bring things to improve, so we started working with both. I think this comment kind of defeats the purpose of what MLK was talking about in terms of unity. And instead of taking credit just this is a great thing to happen, to point out black mayors and white mayors, I just think it's divisive.
Okay, good, bad, or ugly, Mustafa Tamiz.
It's a good thing. Look, for 30 years, we've had two parades. We've had federal lawsuits, and it's like 2007 around this issue on city permitting. And so to kind of put this behind us, and not just this year, but for future years, to have one grand parade is a good thing. And politics aside, I think that long term, this will be remembered as a pivot point, because Martin Luther King Day, it took a lot to have a federal holiday. And for Houston especially, this is an important day, and people sometimes even in private corporations, still debate should they give that day off or not, right? And I think this type of celebration that it becomes larger and larger. It's kind of like the Thanksgiving Day parade, right? Like things rally around the holiday, around that parade, because even if you're not there, you turn on the television and you're watching the parade, right? You're able to celebrate, and people are talking about why we're celebrating this day. So to me, it's not just about two parades or one parade, but creating a better focus so we can have the right conversations around our city and around our nation about what does MLK Day mean.
Panel, actor Matthew McConaughey has in recent years lent his celebrity influence to a couple of AI companies. In 2023, he became the primary spokesperson for AI-specific ads from Salesforce. Then last year, he partnered with AI audio startup 11 Labs. But as the Wall Street Journal's Ben Fritz reported Tuesday, the Texas actor has simultaneously in recent months filed a series of trademark applications to protect various expressions, sound bites, and videos the actor's made over the years from being replicated via AI. Examples include his signature catchphrase, all right, all right, all right. Also, according to the Cron's Jamil David, the trademarks protect a 3-second clip of McConaughey sitting in front of a Christmas tree, 7 seconds of video of him standing on a porch, and audio of him saying, just keep living, right? I mean, what are we going to do?
It's pretty good, Craig.
Hang in there. In a statement to the Journal, McConaughey explains, quote, my team and I want to know that when my voice or likeness is ever used, it's because I approved and signed off on it. Those trademarks, I should point out, do not apply to parody, even when it's really bad, so I'm good to go. McConaughey's invested in AI but doesn't want it used to mimic him. Is this good, bad, or ugly, Joy?
I think it's good. I think he's protecting his brand. He's protecting his investment in himself. It's something I wish we all could do, It's no different than a lot of celebrities have done. Beyonce and Jay-Z did something similar with their daughter, Blue Ivy. So I think it's a business move, and I think it's smart.
All right, good, bad, or ugly, Mustafa?
It's not good. It's not bad. It's not ugly. It's just all right, all right, all right.
A good one.
I thought Craig did it better, but
I appreciate that.
I would just say, in this world of AI and AI development, this whole conversation around intellectual property, like how does it, and so you're going to see a whole stream of litigation coming out, and I think it's almost like the part of the development cost of AI, that the litigation elements are going to be very significant, and this McConaughey thing just underscores what Joy just said, right? That the bigger brands can protect themselves, right? But everyday average content creator is not going to be able to do that. And so how do people get paid for their intellectual capital in a world of artificial intelligence? It's going to be a big question. It's going to be a big, not just a legal element of it, but a cultural element of it, because artificial intelligence also creates content, right? And so the origin of that content, where is that idea coming from? It's going to be a big debate in this space. And, I welcome it, meaning that I don't think we have clear answers on this. And so this is I think this is a good conversation for all of us to start having as AI continues to develop into culture.
All right, good, bad, or ugly, David?
In a way, I think it's ugly that, that we have to do this. I think we're going to have to figure out an easier way than having to patent everything that we create, and because so many sources can just recreate what you did and take advantage of it, make profit from it. So that's bad. I do have a problem with Matthew McConaughey kind of taking the lead on this. I'm not a big fan of Matthew McConaughey.
Come on.
I don't think he's.
Boo.
See, I got boos everywhere. I like him in movies, but mostly because he's playing somebody else. But he isn't the one who actually created these sayings. He just says these things over and over again. And so, by that criteria, like if Morgan Freeman says anything, you should patent it, because everything he says is just awesome. And, you want to repeat it over and over again. But I think hopefully we'll just be able to create some legislation down the line that'll protect everybody, and we won't have to do all these patents. And if somebody recreates you, I mean, we've already done it with the inappropriate use of somebody's real face to create these deep fakes. And so we were quick to make legislation on that because it has such devastating consequences. These consequences aren't as devastating, but I think it's important that we go ahead and protect those as well. And so going forward, I'm hopeful that this will just send us a red flag that we need to do something a little more efficient with AI than what we're doing right now.
Finally, panel, a video making the rounds on the socials this week caught a pair of diners in Stafford allegedly planting hair in their food and then claiming to find it there, at least according to the restaurant's owners. The alleged incident apparently occurred at Fajitas Mexican Grill Monday. As KHOU reported this week, the video shows a woman removing strands of hair from her own head and placing them on the table. Then a man puts the hair on his fork before calling over the server. The restaurant comped the couple's meal, even though the server was suspicious, as no one on staff had the color of hair the couple claimed to have found. The restaurant then checked the surveillance footage and released it to keep the couple from getting away from doing the same thing in another restaurant. Cameras catch diners apparently placing their own hair into food at a Stafford restaurant in order to get their meal comped. Is this good, bad, or ugly, Mustafa?
Ugly. Just like ugly, right? I'm somewhat speechless, right? Because this is something that you go, what? Because what I thought of is like, so restaurants have cameras on their tables. So, you know what I mean? Like, so while you're having a meal, there's cameras on you. So be careful of who you're eating with
and what you say,
and what you say,
and what you're doing,
you're doing, right? Like, look, just think about that, right? So this couple is scamming. They're just scammers, right? We should all test that. But the fact that inside a restaurant when you're having a meal, there are cameras and they're enough to be able to pick up a conversation, enough to be able to do the hair. I don't know if this was the scam or not.
We have less than a minute to go. I want to hear from both of you. David?
Oh, this is ugly. We spend so much money in this country on dishonesty. I mean, all the cameras that we have that you're talking about, the locks on the doors that we have to put up, just think of just one incident on 9/11, how many billions and billions of dollars that cost us. This is ugly, and when people do this, it just makes life miserable for everybody else. We are impacted by it, not just the restaurant, so it's ugly.
I agree. But I do think cameras are part of our lives anymore. We have flock cameras that see our license plates come in and out of different places. I think it's just how businesses are operating now to protect themselves. So, yeah, it's ugly, but I think it's the reality.
They say ethics are what you do in the dark, but the reality is, as you say, we have cameras everywhere. Nobody's in the dark anymore. Right. So it's on display for all to see, for better or worse. And this sounds like
sometimes
lot
it's
of worse.
Better.
Yeah, sometimes it is.
Yeah.
Let's promote the better and yeah. All right. Boy, now I'm depressed. David Branham is a professor of political science at the University of Houston downtown. Joy Sowing's a news columnist for the Houston Chronicle. Mustafa Tamiz is a media and public affairs consultant and the CEO of Outreach Strategists. David, Joy, Mustafa, thank you.
Thank you, Craig.
Thank you.